What's up guys, this is Tennis Reviews, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to add some lead tape to your tennis racket. That's going to be coming up next. So you decided that you want to add some lead tape to your tennis racket, but before you actually go on and add lead tape to your tennis racket, let's just talk about why you would be adding lead tape. Now, there's many reasons, and so let me just go over a few reasons. Now, one reason would be that you would be wanting to add and increase the overall weight of your racket. Now, many people want to do this because they want to add more power, and the way you would be adding more power, and the most effective way would be to add lead tape across the top of your racket. Another reason would be to increase your swing weight, and that would be just to give you more plow through. It's going to be a little bit less maneuverable, but it's going to be giving you more plow through, and you can increase that by adding lead tape anywhere from the 3 and 9 to the 10 and 2 and to the 12 o'clock spot of your racket. Another reason could be if you want to make your racket more head heavy. Now, that's one of the reasons why I'm going to be adding lead tape. This racket, the Radical Pro, is approximately 6 points head light, and I want to make the racket have a little bit more plow through and a little bit more head heavy. So I'm looking around 5 points head light balance. But some people might want to increase the racket, might want to make the racket more head light, and in that case you would be adding more weight to the handle of your racket. Now that's a totally different video, and I'll probably do another video of that, but today we're going to be adding weight to the head of your racket. Now let's just talk about some materials that you're going to be needing, that you'll want to have in order to add lead tape to your racket. Now obviously you're going to be wanting to have some lead tape. I already cut some lead tape out here, and I have Gamma lead tape. Any lead tape is really fine. Torna makes some pretty good lead tape. Paint Sampers uses Torna, and he used to add a lot of lead tape to his rackets. But any lead tape is fine. And now lead tape comes in 2 sizes. Now I am going to be using the 1/2 inch size, but I would recommend, if you don't know exactly how much weight you're going to be adding to your racket, that you should go and get the 1/4 inch lead tape. Now the difference is going to be obviously the width of the tape. One's going to be 1/2 inch, one's going to be 1/4 inch. And the 1/2 inch lead tape, for every inch in length, it's going to weigh 0.5 grams. So now the 1/4 inch width is going to weigh 0.25 grams for every inch of length. Now you're also going to need some rubbing alcohol and a cotton swab just to clean the areas of the racket before you actually go ahead and install the lead tape. Now I know that I'm going to be wanting to add 2 grams of lead tape to my racket. I measured out 4 inches, and so I have 2 strips of 2-inch lead tape, and that's going to be adding 1 inch of lead tape, 1 gram of lead tape to either side of my racket. Now let's just talk about where you're going to be wanting to add lead tape. I'm going to be adding lead tape here at the 10 and 2 spots. You can also add it at the 3 and 9 spots, and some people even add it at the throat of the racket, but most people add it at the 3 and 9, 10 and 2, or at the top of the racket. The top of the racket's going to give you the most power. 10 and 2 is just going to move the sweet spot from the middle of the racket to the top of the racket, which I want, and it's going to make this a little bit more head heavy. And the 3 and 9 is just going to increase the sweet spot towards the side of the racket. So if you're feeling like the racket is kind of twisting, is not as stable when you hit balls towards the sides of the racket, maybe you want to add at the 3 and 9. Now before we start, I just want to tell you that lead tape is very dangerous, and it's known to cause cancer and birth defects. So if you're going to be using this, you should use this at your own risk. Now there are other people have asked me other ways to add weight to your racket without using lead tape, and there are companies that are coming out with new forms of ways to add weight to your racket. Babolat has come out with tungsten tape. It's a little bit more expensive, But if you're fine with using lead tape is the best way to go. It's the most popular way, and it'll get the job done, and it's the least expensive. So first, what you're gonna need to do is take some rubbing alcohol, and you're going to need to take your cotton ball, and get some alcohol on there, and clean off the areas that you would want to be adding lead tape. So I'm gonna clean this area off, 10 and 2 spots, and do that on both sides of the head of your racket. This will just help the lead tape stick better, and it won't come off. Now, if you have some gloves, you can also use gloves when you're handling with lead tape. I don't have any, so I'm just gonna be doing it just like that. What you'll need to do is take the tape off. You see there's some tape here. Take it off. Try to see the crosses and the crosses where you go. So I'm gonna try to go down 3 crosses right here, and down 2 actually. And that's where I'm gonna start to add the top of the lead tape. Doesn't have to be perfect. Now go to get your other piece of lead tape, take the tape off of that. And you'll need to repeat the same process. Start with the same crosses, same side of right there. I'm going 2 crosses down, starting the lead tape. So, added some lead tape to the 10 and 2 spots of my racket. Added 2 grams of weight to the racket. I know it doesn't look too great now. It doesn't look like the best racket. So that's how you add lead tape to your tennis racket. I got it at the 10 and 2 spots. You can put it really anywhere you want. And so all you gotta do now is go ahead, wash your hands, because I said lead is pretty harmful substance. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe to Tennis Reviews. This is Tennis Reviews, and as always, thanks for watching.